Hey stars, so in this video I delve a little deeper into my personal life, not giving any names or anything, but if I'm gonna use this channel as my ministry, some of my testimonies are going to have to be shared. You know, my ministry, I'm here to my passion is helping single parents, especially single mothers. Sometimes we're dealing with our children and finances and trying to make sure they're properly cared for. We're trying to educate ourselves to live a better life, and sometimes we get caught up in things, and I think that a lot of times when the Lord brings us out of things, He wants us to share. And my prayer is that at least one young single mother or possibly single dad will hear my testimony and reflect on their life and possibly make a change. That's the only reason why I'm here, and it's the only reason I'm sharing. Be blessed, y'all.
You just got to, you just have to be very, very, very careful in who you allow around your children. And when you're gonna be gone, don't allow anybody in the house, and don't leave anybody there. That would be my advice also. Girl was telling me, she said her grandmother said a man could be with you 23 hours a day, and that 24th hour when he get away, he gonna be calling somebody else. And not all men are like that. I know there are some men who are faithful. I know that. But then there are a lot who are not. But the thing about it is, we can't, as women, we can't get mad at the men for being cheaters when we're giving our bodies to them, and our bodies belong to God. So we cheating God and they cheating us. So that's what I'm saying. We got to realize that a lot of the heartache that we experience, we really brought it on ourselves.
I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot. No. Just me and the fam, few friends ain't playing. Don't speak a lot, and I can't stop. And I can't stop.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is Wednesday. It's hump day. When you get to the top of that hump, the only way back is that. So you maximize on hump day, and then you start going on down back to that Friday. Monday at the bottom of the curve, and then Tuesday you midway hump. You're partially way halfway to the hump. I have to explain it. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I just wanted to come on real quick because I was thinking about something. As an older, seasoned single mother, I feel like my ministry is helping other single moms, single dads too, because we can learn from each other. Listen, we can actually learn from a baby. Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about today though is relationships, being single, being involved in relationships as a single mother. So, as a single mother, I didn't date very much, and my reason was I wanted to protect my kids, my daughters. I do, if you don't know, well, first of all, if you're new here, welcome. All my new subscribers and all of my old stars, thank you for being a part of MANNY'S ministry. My ministry is being the light for others in an oftentimes dark world. I want the light that we exude to sting you. That's why I say be the light. Yeah, but anyway, so what I want to talk about is, as a single mother with two daughters, I didn't have men come around them. If I had somebody I was seeing, he wouldn't come to the house, and it wasn't very many. And again, that's how I was able to be in a wrong relationship for a long time, because it was somebody I trusted around my girls. He didn't live with me, but I still trusted him around my daughters. In the line of work he was in, he had to have a squeaky clean criminal background, first of all. And I knew that, right?
Hi, let me just interject here and tell you that it doesn't matter what line of work, what background, how much money. Anyone can be an abuser. I'm just saying in this case, or for me, you have to vet individuals and then you trust but verify, and don't let the opportunity present itself for anything to occur. I just wanted to clarify that.
The line of work I'm in, trust me, I can find out. But anyway, I want to tell you, I want to talk to single women. I don't care young or old. As women, we deal a lot with matters of the heart. If we've had any intimacy with a man, we immediately bond with them. You know how they say soul ties? See, your body is a temple and it should only be used for God, right? So when we start sleeping around with these men we're not married to, we really entered the realm of the devil. I'm just keeping it real. I've made a lot of mistakes, and if I could help one person, if one person would listen to me and understand, maybe I'm not simplifying it, maybe I got my own way of talking about it and it's not something that people understand, but right now I pray that the Lord would give it to me so I could give it to some young lady so that she could understand. Because I'm telling y'all, you don't want your kids, you don't want your children to be victims of any kind of abuse, physical, sexual, emotional, anything. You don't want your children to be abused in any shape, form, or fashion. That's why, you just shouldn't. I didn't have men over my kids, my children, my daughters in my house. And right now I have a son. Well, my son is 24, my daughters are 39 and 43 actually. But so I didn't have men coming in my house around them. I didn't want to subject my children to being, abused by somebody who I met who may have really been a representative of who he really was, right? So, and I know of instances in families where the stepdad is actually the father to one of the stepdaughter's kids. Stuff like that happens, but you just got to, you just have to be very, very, very careful in who you allow around your children. And, when you're going to be gone, don't allow anybody in the house and don't leave anybody there. That would be my advice also. You're going to be out. If you're going to work, make that man leave. If you're going out with your friends, don't leave your children home alone with a man. Now, there were a few instances where my ex, I may have gone to work and he was there, he didn't live there. Or he may have come, he worked overnight, and I may have left and gone to the store, maybe a time or two to work, but my kids, my daughters were older, and so I trusted him like that. But that was after knowing him for a long, long, long time. And even then, I always kept the lines of communication open. Has anybody ever touched you inappropriately and things like that? I know, everybody want to be loved. You're a woman and you raising children alone and you want some me time. Join a support group, single women ministry at the church. Get your kids involved in church. But even in church, when and another thing, don't allow your kids when they're in sports. Like my grandson plays football, and I tell my daughter, anytime they have an event, you make sure you're the one that bring them home. Because a lot of times when you're single, you think the men want you to actually look at your daughters and sometimes your sons. So you just really, really have to be careful. Once you have children, your life is not your own. Yeah, however many kids you got, that's how many you're responsible for. Whatever goes on with them, you're responsible. So just be careful, man. It's a lot going on in the world. And you know what? And here's how I live, and here's how I see things. Y'all, I look at it like this. There are going to be things that come up in your life you have no control over. You may end up with a debilitating disease. You may end up with a disabled child. Something may happen to your kids. You're going to lose people you love. When all that happens, you can't control it. But if a situation that you can control, give yourself that peace. That's what I learned. I learned that I'm 59 years old. I want to I'm a peace seeker. When people say, you don't want a man, no, and not if he's not. God is going to have to show me that the man is for me. And how that's going to happen, I don't know. I want a relationship. I want someone who's going to love me and respect me, but a lot of men don't respect you. If you're dealing with a man and he cheats, that's not respect. Actually, that's disrespect. The ultimate disrespect. Because you know what? If you're man enough to want somebody else, leave the woman you with. So in my life, in my last relationship, he a serial cheater. So I walked completely away. I didn't have a choice. And if you're dealing with a guy, here's another thing. If you have a guy that you're seeing, you're dating or whatever, and if he can go a day without calling you to see how you're doing, like an old lady told me one time, if he ain't with you, he with somebody else. And this girl was telling me, she said her grandmother said, a man could be with you 23 hours a day, and that 24th hour, when he get away, he gonna be calling somebody else. And not all men are like that. I know there are some men who are faithful. I know that. But then there are a lot who are not. But the thing about it is, we can't, as women, we can't get mad at the men for being cheaters when we're giving our bodies to them, and our bodies belong to God. So we cheating God and they cheating us. So that's what I'm saying. We got to realize that a lot of the heartache that we experienced, we really brought it on ourselves. We really did. Yep. And so, when you're going through things, and I feel like if a man cheats on you and you take him back, he lose some respect. And if he has the opportunity to do it again, he will, because he think that you're going to just keep on taking him back. So I would advise anybody, like this old man told my sister, say, let one hurt do for all. If you're dealing with somebody, you find out he cheated, walk away. First of all, he disrespecting you, and then he putting you in harm's way. Because if he go and he sleep with somebody else, you slept with everybody the other person slept with. And actually you didn't, he did. So, for me, I was asked, why are you single? And Kendra G asked this question, why are you single? I'm single because I was in a relationship for a long time where I was cheated on. And so right now I don't trust men. And the thing is I had other men pursuing me while I was in a relationship. And one, if you listen to my videos, you'll see where he wanted me to relocate with him. What happened was, he was married, retired Air Force. The wife fell with a stroke and she died. And so I kept telling him, you need time to grieve. He said, well, you don't let me worry about that. But I just didn't feel, and I felt like he probably was seeing somebody else. And so, but he knew I was dealing with somebody else. But he would call me periodically. Even when I changed jobs, he found me. But anyway, he told me. He called me one day and he said, if you would have given me the chance, he said, we'd probably be married right now. That's what he told me. And so that was the last time I heard from him. And maybe a year later, he did get married. So what happened is, he had found somebody that he liked, and he respected me enough to finalize our relationship, because I think that was our goodbye. And he respected her enough to stop pursuing me. And I respect that. But you know what I found? I found a lot of men that have been married want to be married, and those that don't like the lifestyle that they have. But what has happened is, so many single men don't have to marry because they're getting wifely benefits from women who are really good women. I know I was. And we do everything a wife should, well, not everything, I'm not going to say that, but I'm saying we perform a lot of wifely duties. And so, that, like the saying, why buy the cow when the milk is free? I'm just going to tell you what I did. But if you know me, I'm a good person. I help anybody. I do. And so, and sometimes good people get used. So you have to learn to draw the line. You can still be good, but you know, the role that you're, as a woman, the role that you play as a wife shouldn't be a role that you play as a girlfriend. As I say woman, I'm too old to be called a girlfriend. Even, you know, and here's another thing. Don't let somebody call you the fiance if you don't have a engagement ring. Yeah. And if you don't want to be engaged for 10 years. That just really doesn't make sense. So, all right, y'all be blessed. I just wanted to stop and talk about that for a while because I've been listening to Kendra G. I love that show, and a lot of the women, and she made me think about some things too. And she was saying, you know, women, you want to get mad at the man and say he cheating. How is he cheating when he hasn't officially said that you were dating exclusively? Just because you're sleeping with him, it doesn't really mean that he's cheating if you're not in a committed relationship. You know, y'all just in a situationship and he's able to do as he please. But you're the one. I'm going to tell y'all something. I was like, ooh, that old lady was vulgar. But this is what she said. She said, y'all young ladies, she said, y'all don't know y'all worth. She said, the hoe always outlast the pole. I said, that old lady got a mouth on her. I'll talk to y'all later. Be blessed. Bye. Happy Saturday, y'all. This is actually the first Saturday in September. So I went to Sam's to take my brother this morning. And I got this plant for $14. It's real pretty. I'm gonna try my hand at just trying to make things grow. I was reading an article and it said that things to make your house look cheap is fake plants. I was like, oh my goodness, I got fake plants all over the place in here. I have this chicken. I'm gonna actually take this chicken and make me some chicken and dumplings for my lunch next week. I got some baby carrots, bell pepper, onion. I got another. I love to keep camellia red beans in my pantry, so I got some of them. I got this chuck roast, and I got me some catfish fillets. The catfish fillets were $6.97. The chuck roast was $3.97. I got me a few more Roma tomatoes. This Jif peanut butter was $1.97, I think. I got the beefy onion. Y'all know that's what I do with my roast, which are fixing like a stew. Y'all ever had this bubbly burst? It's sparkling water. I've gotten a bubbly before, but never the cherry lemonade. Y'all can't talk today. I got some pig sweet. I love the field peas with snaps. I like to have this with my roast and stuff. I got some only thing I didn't get, I forgot to get lettuce, but I got the lettuce. I'm sorry, I got the cucumber and tomatoes for my salad. I got cabbage, because I may do the cabbage tomorrow too. I got some Western canola oil, and these were 99 cents. Y'all know I don't really buy processed food like that, like snacks. But I got these, it wasn't but 97 cents, and my son can just stick this in the oven for lunch sometimes, you know? All right, so that's it. Y'all, you wouldn't believe this stuff right here was at one store $60-something. And yeah, groceries creeping up. Talk to y'all later. Be blessed. Much love. Bye.